Hello!
Hello and welcome to a brand new series of video essays of what many people, including myself, are calling revisionist vaudeville. Over the next few months I'll be taking you behind the scenes of the military-industrial indie film complex and opening the Harry Deansway oeuvre to the general public for the first time in 20 years. Okay, as we build an audience of over 1 billion early adopters and disruptors, we're going to change content creation forever. I'm going to teach you how to destroy your enemies, prove your friends and family wrong, and make a fortune from crypto investment. No time wasters. Along the way, I'm also going to teach you how to be an undiscovered genius. Mum, I'm recording a vlog. Yeah. I'll do it in a minute. It's time to board the content train to permanent attention span erosion as we begin Revisionist Vaudeville. Revisionist Vaudeville.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell,
Revisionist Vaudeville. Let me take you back to 2002. I was just a young man with a head full of hair and dreams. I wanted to be a writer, director, comedian and DJ. That's what's known in the industry as a quadruple threat. I was a chef who just had a nervous breakdown, and like many people who suffer from severe mental illness, I'd fallen into comedy.
I don't think pegging is necessarily that gay.
In 2002, I decided I was going to put DV to camcorder and make my first film, MiniCab Mate, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. MiniCab Mate? Following on from a successful stint at hospital radio, I was being forced by a society I didn't feel I belonged to attend indie club nights 7 days a week. Supposedly a sanctuary for those who felt like they were outsiders in society, I felt more aligned with the weird breed of man who stood outside and offered to give you a lift home for a fee. They were called minicab drivers. Feeling shunned and betrayed, I decided I was going to join my brothers in arms and cross the class divide and service the neo-goths who attended the indie clubs.
I was given to understand that you required a valet.
I didn't have a car or know how to drive. That wasn't going to stop me putting my ego to one side and experiencing the minicab driver lifestyle. Just to clarify, I wasn't filming this at the time. However, after a couple of weeks or months, I decided I was going to put my existential crisis to film, so I gave my cousin Simon a call. Let's see if he remembers this glorious time from 20 years ago.
I tried to think what bits I filmed of it. I can't remember. You know,
All of it.
All of it. I did. Okay, so all of it. Yeah, that was good. It's good. You edited it. You edited it. Did you?
MiniCab Mate?
No.
Okay, so he has no memory of this and is now a teacher who has found Orthodox Judaism. Was I that difficult to work with? I guess so. Despite being released 26 years later, you can see how much this film inspired Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Let's have a look at this opening scene where both protagonists seem to address the audience.
You talking to me?
Do you want MiniCab Mate?
You talking to me?
Do you want MiniCab Mate?
Both films deal with a young man who feels disenfranchised from a community he doesn't feel part of, failing to integrate in a society that is set up for him to fail, and rejection from women that is the path of any good young incel. A story as old as time. Taxi Driver is an iconic masterpiece of cinema. MiniCab Mate is a film that me and my cousin made on camcorder and released on DVD. Which is a better film, Taxi Driver or MiniCab Mate? There's only one way to settle this debate, and that's if you buy MiniCab Mate. which you can do by clicking a link in the description. Cinema is a conversation, so let's buy the film and have a discussion.
I'd buy that for $1.
Unsurprisingly, Channel 4 got in touch and asked me to come in for a meeting. It could only be to offer me a TV show. Just to give you an idea of how confident I was, my preparation for this meeting consisted of me getting a haircut and buying a new suit. Not fleshing out some other ideas, preparing what to say. Nope, just a lovely haircut, shiny new suit, and off I went to my coronation.
Let me look at you. What do you think? I look good. Wonderful. Listen, just be careful. Congratulations. I wish you lots of luck. I love you.
I sat down at the desk of one Robert Popper, a now famous writer, producer and director. He said he really liked my film. I looked unsurprised. He asked me, "Do you have any other ideas?" To which I replied, "No, why mess with perfection?" There was silence, the first of many in this meeting. In order to fill that silence, I then asked him how much you get to make a TV show. He then said, I think the budget's about £120,000 an episode, to which I said, "I'll do it for 110.
I guarantee you your money back.
He was clearly beginning to realise he might have made a mistake here. We sort of stared at each other. I looked around the office and noticed lots of pictures of the sitcom Spaced. "Did you produce Spaced?" I said. To which he replied, "Yes," proudly. I hate Spaced. This was the perfect meeting. I told him I didn't have any other ideas, begged him for money, and told him I hated his work. When I arrived home, my girlfriend of the time asked me how it went. When I told her, her jaw literally dropped to the floor. She told me to email him immediately, but fuck that. I wrote, directed and starred in a sitcom that I sent him 6 weeks later, at which point he had left Channel 4. The sitcom instead landed on the desk of one Ian Morris, the creator of In-Betweeners, who politely said no. And having watched the sitcom for the first time in 20 years, let me tell you, this is a complete and utter piece of shit. Even complete geniuses can make a mistake sometimes.
Missa Kojata and Binks, Missa your humble servant.
So, if Martin Scorsese hadn't made Taxi Driver, my cousin Simon hadn't found Orthodox Judaism, and Ian Morris hadn't felt I was a threat to his creativity, I'm sure MiniCab Mate would have found a much bigger audience. But as it was just released on DVD to a handful of people. No doubt its message of a young indie kid disenfranchised from the society he was supposed to be part of was suppressed by the global elite.
Was that a dream, or did that just happen?
That was your wet dream.
5 years ago, I wrestled my comedy masterpiece Scarecrows away from the soulless bureaucrats at Channel 4 in order to return it to you, the people. For too long, the comedy elite have made comedy only to tickle their friends' bellies. But together, we are going to return sitcom to the general public and raise finance to make Scarecrows next year.
Call for backup. Hi, got a girl seasoning a chicken. Can we have backup?
If you'd like to donate, you can do that in the description in this video. And if you have any queries, please contact the Financial Ombudsman, who'd be only too happy to give me a glowing review. We are building one of the biggest communities of grifters, weirdos and incels on the internet. If that's something that you like the sound of, then like and subscribe today. Or if you're just a fed who wants to monitor us for criminal activity, every subscriber counts. By subscribing, you'll gain early access to content, exclusive deals and discounts, and all the bonuses of being part of one of the biggest communities of infidels and weirdos on the internet. My dog will give a blowjob to the first 5 people who comment on this video. Alright, until next time, stay weird. No. Until next time, see you losers later. Until next time, suck my balls, losers on the internet.